So I was informed that my prior intro was a bit cringe for some reason. I have altered my intro. Let me know if it's less cringe.
I can burn bridges cause I know how to fucking swim. So do me a favor and fuck off. I was born alone, and I'll die alone.
What's up, guys? My name's Daniel. Feel free to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, it costs you nothing. If you feel like donating, there's a way to do that down in the description. I love to have my back scratched. I like giving free information, but it also feels good to have a little bit returned to me as well. So, I also have a Facebook page if you guys want to check that out, or you have questions, or you just want to join, post your bike, whatever, talk about things. That link is also in the description. I have my PayPal link in there if you want to send a donation to buy me a cup of coffee, whatever. It also helps support the channel. So without further ado, let's get started. Hopefully I get to help you guys out today. Let's get going. So for those of you guys that have been here a long time, you kind of know my history. You know that I've had a lot of health conditions, and my way of dealing with the world, with all of this stuff that I'm going through and the things that my body are going through, was I had to create a lifestyle that worked for me, right? I wasn't able to work regular jobs like everybody else anymore. A boss isn't going to want to hear that you can come in one day because you're feeling good and the next day you can't come in because you're not feeling good. I realized at that point that I was going to have to drastically alter my life in the way that I do things to fit my current condition that I'm going through. So instead of working for life, I had to find a way to make life work for me, and that's what I did. So that means I can't work a regular job like everybody else, because some days I just can't do anything at all, right? I have a ton of internal organ problems. They can't solve the majority of them. I lost a lot of weight. For those of you guys who don't know, I lost a lot of weight, over 200 pounds, right? I was like 425 pounds. I'm down to like 215. I've lost over 200 pounds in the past 4 or 5 years, right? I've managed to get a lot healthier. I got stronger. I work out every day. I go to the gym. I've lost a ton of weight. I've put myself in a position where I'm healthier, but overall, I still have a lot of underlying health conditions that I'm dealing with that they can't solve. So, once again, I used to fly drones, and that was the main focus of my YouTube channel, but I realized that that's not going to pay bills. That's not going to help me push forward in my life in any kind of productive manner financially. If I'm going to put all this time and invest all this time into something, then I may as well do my best to make it a feasible thing for me. That way I'm not just wasting time. Now, I don't perceive that I'm wasting time regardless, because I'm trying to make content that is DIY and helpful to keep all of you from having to go to a shop and spend tons of money. So no matter what, it's not a waste of my time. But I leave the door open when I say things like, hey, if you can donate, or you feel up to it, or I've helped you enough that you feel that I'm worth your time to send a couple dollars to buy coffee or help stimulate the channel in some kind of productive way. Believe it or not, every time you guys donate, it pretty much goes back into the channel, whether it's buying another motorcycle to work on, or parts that I need to fix stuff to make more content for you guys. All of that stuff pretty much goes back into the channel if it's donations. What I make off my Google AdSense revenue, right, for views, I actually use to purchase the motorcycles with, okay, to continue making content. And those bikes I fix and then I sell, and that helps me survive, right? So not only am I doing this as a helpful thing for everybody else, I'm helping you in more ways than you know, and you're helping me in more ways than you know, right? This is how I make my living now. I buy and fix motorcycles and make content to help everyone else while I fix them. I don't have to do any of this for anybody, right? I could just buy bikes, fix them, and sell them, and never make content to be helpful. I could just, okay, fine. YouTube is a dramatic thing. It's taking up too much of my time. People feel that I'm cringe factor. Cool, I don't need this. It's added stress. I don't need to do this. I don't need to put out free, helpful content for anybody, right? But that's not who I am. It's not how I function. That's not how I do things. I'm not begging anybody for anything. I'm saying if you have the ability to, and you feel that I've helped you enough and I'm worth your time, because I took the time and energy, hours of invested fixing, camera rolling, getting in just the right spots, giving you the proper information, editing hours worth of content. You don't think that's worth $1 or $2 if you feel that I've earned it? I mean, come on, is that really cringe? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here to be awesome. Essentially, that's what this is. I don't need to do this. I could stop doing this and still make the same amount of money, maybe a little less because I wouldn't be getting my AdSense revenue at the end of every month, which isn't a ton, but it's enough. It helps pay bills and buy more motorcycles and do things, but it certainly wouldn't stop me from doing what I'm doing. I would still make a ton of money regardless, right? But this is what I live on. So this is just extra income that helps. So anytime you donate, you're putting that back into the channel in a very helpful way. You just don't realize it. I'm not begging anybody for anything. I'm really not. I'm saying if you can, and you're willing, and you're up to it, and you think I've earned that couple dollars, then why not? You know what I'm saying? I don't see the problem. I don't understand why that's cringe factor. I'm not like 90% of the streamers out there that just make video game content or whatever the case is. Nothing against those guys, but send me stars, send me this because I talk on camera and I look cool. And whatever, I'm not doing that. I'm making helpful content to help everyone for free. It could literally cost you nothing for this information that I provide. Am I really that cringe of a person? Evaluate. I'm just dealing with health conditions and trying to be the best human I possibly can while pushing forward. That's what I'm doing. I don't think that's cringe. I think I'm a pretty awesome guy. Maybe that's just me and my opinion about myself. But I would say that I've helped enough people, considering I get around 115 to 120,000 views a month and I have millions of views on this channel, that I've helped a lot of people, right? And I'm not even worried about the concern that I got anything back from any of them. Because either way, I feel good because I was helping. I'm not a cringe. I promise you. The things I do aren't cringe. Okay? I'm a very helpful individual. I do this for free. Literally. I don't have to. I choose to be a nice guy. So, consider me. If I saved you a ton of money at a shop, you don't think I'm worth a cup of coffee? Be reasonable with yourself. You know what I mean? Like before you, nothing against you T-Bounds. I felt kind of perturbed by that comment that you left because you have been following for a little while. And when you left that, I was kind of like, huh. You made me scratch my head a little bit. So, well, anyways, I've updated my intro. It might not be for everybody, but when I ride my bike, I feel like Goku. I feel Super Saiyan. My adrenaline's kicking. It's me against the world, and I love it. So that intro makes a lot of sense for me. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you on the flip. Toodles.